was like surprised, and I was like, "What do you mean?" Because I haven't gone on any social media because my phone was blowing up. It was just all about me and stuff like that. And then I see that Trayon committed, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!" Like he surprised me. Like we were supposed to surprise the world, like just together, but like on separate days. Like I thought he was going to go on July 11th, and then he did it on the same day as me. Like that was wild. That was wild.
Billy Napier is going to be your head coach in the very near future. Gator fans don't get the interaction with him, Marcus, that you have. What's Coach Napier like?
Dude, that's probably one of the most, kind-hearted gentlemen I've ever met in my life. Obviously, if you do something wrong, he'll get on you for it. He'll hold you accountable and hold you responsible for your own actions and stuff like that. He's a great coach, but I think he's an even better guy.
Final moments here with Marcus Stokes. All right, your senior year, expectations for Nease. You went deep in the playoffs last year. Is your expectation to go even deeper? What do you hope to accomplish here in your senior season?
The goal is to go deeper and do better than what we did last year, and achieve more and accomplish more. But there's still a lot of work to do. These next few weeks before this actual season starts and before the first game, when we line up in the kickoff classic against Pedro, I think we'll be ready.
Final question. Gator fans listening right now, what's your message to them?
Go Gators.
Marcus Stokes of Nease on his way to the University of Florida. Marcus, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Go, Marcus Stokes of Nease, joining me earlier at High School Media Day. Now, keep in mind, he was a late bloomer, and he'll even tell you that. Last year, Marcus Stokes did not have a lot of Power 5 offers. But when Nease made that playoff run, and in big-time, big boy football, 7A football in the state of Florida, Nease went and won 2 really hard road games where Marcus Stokes completely showed out, played terrific football, got him noticed. There's no doubt about that. And really, since that moment, about 8 or 9 months ago now, he has taken it, he has ran with it. He was committed to Penn State, and head coach James Franklin, I believe Penn State was the first team to offer him. He decommitted actually live, right, on the Frangie show on 1010XL about a month ago or so, and committed to the University of Florida. And really, ever since Marcus Stokes did that, Florida has been very, very hot on the recruiting trail, and that's what happens when you get a big-time quarterback. Marcus Stokes was an Elite 11 quarterback, and he actually did pretty well at the Elite 11 camp a couple of months ago. Another young man from this area that is committed to the University of Florida is down in St. Johns County. Sharif Denson of Bartram Trail. Sharif is a guy that committed, and then I believe an hour after his commitment, he was already on Twitter recruiting other guys. I want you to listen to Sharif Denson not only talk about Billy Napier, but talk about Corey Raymond, talk about the recruiting process. Keep in mind, Trevez Johnson down at Florida. He's a Bartram Trail guy. Now Sharif Denson, a Bartram Trail guy, going to Florida. A little pipeline might be forming from that St. Johns County powerhouse down to Gainesville, Florida. Here's my conversation earlier today with Florida Gator verbal commitment, Sharif Denson. Baker Sports High School Media Day 2022, TIAA Bank Field. We are glad you are with us. A lot of future Florida Gators in here. We've talked to Marcus Stokes already. Let's talk to another one from St. Johns County, Bartram Trail High School, Sharif Denson. You kind of started the Northeast Florida thing to the University of Florida. First it was you, then Marcus, and then Trayon Webb at Trinity. Sharif, good morning, man. How we doing?
I'm great, man. God is good.
We're going to talk all about Bartram Trail, but I got to ask, I see the big smile on your face. We were talking earlier. What a weekend for the University of Florida. 4 4-stars in 36 hours. You're flipping guys. I mean, you got to be ecstatic the way this class is coming together.
Yeah, man. This class, we trying to change it. We trying to bring that real Florida back. So whatever we're going to do, we're going to do that.
What is it about Billy Napier that attracts guys like you to the program? Obviously, we see him from afar, press conferences, etc. You have personal experience with him. You've looked him eye to eye. What is it about Coach Napier?
Well, he's just bringing that Alabama feel to the Gainesville. You see what I'm saying? Like, he's holding all the players to a certain standard, and that standard is a standard. Like, as well as he's like bringing coaches into the room with him to make sure that his level of play and the team that he's on, like, they're going to keep elevating. You see what I'm saying? Like Corey Raymond and Patrick Toney, like, nah, you have to get better as a defensive back with them, like, just as your coach.
You mentioned Corey Raymond. I've heard that from a couple of defensive backs, including yourself. That was a huge get from LSU. We know what he's done at LSU and guys he's sent to the league. What did he mean for you in your recruitment?
It was just that means that as my coach, there's a vet in the room. That's somebody that I can always learn from. Like I'm a dude that's just always trying to get better every day. So if I just go in there with the attitude of, Coach, what can I get better at? Coach, can you help me with this? I mean, I'm only going to elevate my game at the end of the day.
Sharif Denson of Bartram Trail here with us on 1010XL. You were not committed for an hour before you went on Twitter and started trying to get guys to come with you. Gator fans love that stuff. As a 4-star, highly thought-of prospect, do you feel that's kind of like what you do? You commit, and then it's your job to kind of help the program that you're going to?
Yes, sir, it is. It is. But at the same time, like, you want to play with guys that are just as good or if not better than you. So my job is to just recruit guys that I see fit for the team, as well as whatever the coaches want, I'm going to help them recruit.
What does it mean to have Marcus Stokes and Trayon Webb from Northeast Florida coming with you to Gainesville?
That's just guys from the city just coming, going with me. That's just love. And I got people that I can go through the process with and I can come back home with. Like, it's good having guys in your corner.
You mentioned guys in your corner. You got a guy waiting on you that's already there, and Trevez Johnson, one of your former high school teammates, is already at the University of Florida. What has he kind of told you about the process of senior year in high school, transitioning to freshman year in college?
He's just like, I got to be ready for it. It's like I'm not a kid no more. Like once I get into college, I'm on my own. So I got to be to practice on my own, workouts on my own. Like everything is on me. So if I just come in with the right attitude, he know I'm a worker. So me and him, we just gonna be in there just competing every day. I love it.
Let's talk about this Bartram Trail football team. Your senior year, you guys are known to make deep playoff runs. Certainly you want to end it with maybe an even deeper playoff run. What's your thought on your ball club coming into this season?
So we have a younger team this year, which, I mean, that doesn't mean it's bad at all. But that means that we just have to grind. Everybody just has to come in with the mature mindset and the mindset that we just have to get better every day. And I feel like if we do that, we keep progressing throughout the season. I mean, we have state championship potential, so I'm excited.
You've seen a lot of guys in your high school tenure come through, highly committed guys at Bartram Trail. It was kind of their team. They were the leaders. 2022, it's Sharif Denson's team. People are going to look at you when they play Bartram Trail. Are you ready for those expectations?
Yes, sir. I feel like I am because, I mean, even the games last year, folks knew who I was. Like, they was chirping at me from the sideline, so I just got to be ready for that. Got to keep my hard hat on.
I heard you talking with the boys earlier, Dan and Jeff. Boy, St. Johns County, good grief with you guys and St. Aug. You got Nice and Creekside on down the line, Ponte Vedra. What a county for high school football.
Yeah, man, it's going to keep getting better. And, I mean, you see what Creekside doing. They trying to, you feel me, get on our level, but nah, they ain't going to happen.
A little shot across the bow there at High School Media Day. Let's talk about your high school head coach briefly. Daryl Sutherland has been at Bartram for over 20 years. The only high school football coach Bartram Trail has ever had is Daryl Sutherland. What has he meant to you?
I mean, he's the embodiment of what the Bartram Trail football player is supposed to be. So, like, he's going to teach us how to be a complete man, how to respect others, how to treat your community, how to be a good man in your community. But he's also going to teach you the ins and outs of how to just go through life. So, because everything is, he said, like, everything not going to be easy. Everything, you're not going to want to feel like doing everything all the time. So you just got to be a man about everything and just go through it.
Final moments here with Sharif Denson. Bartram Trail on Friday night. That is one of the better environments in the area with the crowd, the student body. What does it mean to play home games there at that stadium?
It's just a blessing. I love all the fans coming out to watch and support. We're not going to let y'all down this year.
Final question. A lot of Gator fans listening right now. You have any message to Gator Nation? Maybe what to expect in the next couple of days and weeks? Is there any other fireworks to be had?
Just know we not done. We got something on the way.
Ooh, and there you go. A little teaser from Sharif Denson. Sharif, appreciate it, man. We'll be watching this year.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Y'all have a blessed one.
There you go, Sharif Denson of Bartram Trail. Just one of the many defensive backs / wide receivers that Florida has added to their 2023 class. I'm going to talk to Andrew Spivey of GatorCountry.com about this in the 9 o'clock hour. Love what Billy Napier's doing. Gator fans, you should love what Billy Napier's doing. He is, I don't think matching Mario Cristobal blow for blow, but certainly Napier is in the game now. I would still have Cristobal out in front, but Billy Napier right behind him. My only concern, and again, maybe I'm glass half empty guy here, Florida's getting a lot of wide receivers and safeties, and they got the quarterback and the running back, and that's great. And you need those. I mean, those are very important. Are they lacking a little bit on the line of scrimmage? The O lineman, the D lineman. You look at their class, they got 16 commitments, 14 4-stars. It's a top 10 caliber class right now. They are lacking size, and in the Southeastern Conference, you cannot do that. So you want to see Florida now, from this point forward, certainly, going into signing day in December, you want to see them get some beef, if you will, along the line of scrimmage on either the O-line or the D-line. If they do that, then Billy Napier will secure a top 10 recruiting class here in 2023. Couple of more Florida Gators to talk to. One commitment, one former Gator football player that's now a high school head coach in the area. Trinity Christian's Trayon Webb, former Florida Gator running back Seatric Faison, C4. Both coming up next. Attacker After Dark on a Monday night here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
You're in the pole position with 1010XL this Sunday at Michigan International Speedway.
Let's go racing!
Brought to you by the Plumbers and Pipefitters Local Union 234. From the station with the most horsepower, 1010XL.
Hi, I'm Emmitt Smith, Pro Football Hall of Famer and 3-time champion. Trust me, I know about joint pain.
Pro Football's all-time leading rusher Emmitt Smith talks about chronic joint pain and exciting new regenerative treatments from QC Kinetics.
I know what it's like to fight through pain, but now, you and I, we have help. QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in advanced, all-natural regenerative medicine that can give you lasting relief with no drugs, no downtime, and no surgery. Do you suffer with constant pain from arthritis or injury? Pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, or lower back? Don't assume steroids, pain meds, and surgery are your only options. Regenerative, restorative, natural solutions are now available.
Don't let your joint pain keep you from doing the things you love.
Call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation and learn how regenerative medicine can repair and restore damaged joint tissue.
Make the call to QC Kinetics. Tell them Emmitt Smith sent you.
Call QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522. 904-274-5522.
Attention all current lease owners. Before you turn in your vehicle, come get a free appraisal and equity evaluation at Key Buick GMC. Key can pay off your lease early. Do not wait. Now is the time to go to Key Buick GMC. They are currently buying all makes and models. The market conditions are increasing the value of your vehicle each and every day. So come see what your car is worth. Ask for Derek or Steve. That's Key Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Across the street from Tinseltown, Southside and Gate, or go to KeyBuickGMC.com.
Hacker here for my friends at Xfinity. Look, when you want something great, you probably don't want to wait for it. Well, Xfinity has a new offer you won't want to wait to take advantage of. The Xfinity 3-for-1 bundle. You get unlimited internet and fast speed. There's no annual contract required and no equipment fees. And there's even a 2-year internet rate guarantee. You'll get unlimited internet, a free Flex 4K streaming box, and one line of unlimited mobile for just $75 a month. The Xfinity 3-for-1 bundle is built with you in mind. This is a limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with a stored bank account. New fast internet customers only. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity Internet. Don't wait. Visit Xfinity.com/3-for-1. Call 1-800-XFINITY or do what I did and visit an Xfinity store today.
I'm Taylor Rose with our Remedy Staffing Westside office off of Normandy Boulevard. We are helping great people find great jobs. Remedy has helped some of the best employers in Jacksonville find talented job seekers like you for over 25 years. Our current job openings range from entry-level distribution center pickers to equipment operators. Apply today at remedygoodjobs.com. Don't wait. Apply at remedygoodjobs.com now.
Training camp is here, and 1010XL is there. The players, the drills, even the turf. Let's do it. Training camp coverage is brought to you by Kingfish Pest Control and Roland Leash Plumbing on 1010XL.
Summer means fun in all forms. Longer days and more chances to soak up the sun and the fun. Budweiser and Bud Light reminding you to drink wiser. Hydrate between beers and don't sweat it. It's the best way to get home safely.
When you owe the IRS and can't pay, call J. David Tax Law for effective tax representation. Never trust your tax problem to a so-called tax resolution company that doesn't employ attorneys. We are a firm of experienced tax attorneys that has successfully represented over 10,000 clients. Call 904-507-4777. That's 904-507-4777. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com to schedule a no-cost consultation.
The 9 after 5 keeps rolling at Southampton. Joe C. inviting you to jump on the tee every Wednesday at the Golf Club of Southampton. Just call 287-PLAY and sign up. We'll give you a little time after work to get there. Always a fun 9-hole game. Chef Gary preparing something nice for afterwards. Prizes and more than anything else. Playing golf with buds and having some suds after. It's the 9 after 5 every Wednesday at the Golf Club of Southampton. Call 287-PLAY and get on the tee with Joe C.
It's a unique gift idea, and it's perfect to add some fun to your work environment. Mystic Cornhole Company builds customized high-quality boards right here in Jax. Visit their shop on Phillips Highway or check out some of their design at mysticcornholecompany.com.
Atlantic Self-Storage, the official storage partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Need to make room to watch football in your home or need a place to park your boat or RV? Store it all at Atlantic Self-Storage. Over 50 locations in Northeast Florida. 24-hour access, all with month-to-month leases. Moving, they can help with supplies. They make storage easy. Go to AtlanticSelfStorage.com or call 877-WE-STORE to find a storage solution near you. Go Jags!
Estate cleanouts, hoarding cleanouts, old appliances, and even tools. There are tons of reasons why you or someone you know may need expert help clearing space. J-Dog Junk Removal will responsibly help you free up space. That means when they leave your place, it looks better. Whether it's you or a loved one that needs one type of clean out at your home, trust the veterans at J-Dog Junk Removal. Veteran owned and operated. Call 844-GET-JDOG or visit jdog.com.
This is Brandon with North Florida Epoxy Floors. Our product includes a moisture vapor barrier, essential in Florida, so your new epoxy floor looks great and is warranted with no fine print. Get a free estimate at northfloridaepoxyfloors.com.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On August 1st, 1971, Richard Petty wins the Dixie 500 in Atlanta, Georgia to become the first NASCAR driver to win $1 million in career earnings.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. This is Hacker After Dark on 1010XL.
Yes, it is. We're glad you're with us. A Monday night edition. As always, we are streaming the 1010XL YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, type in 1010XL. You'll see Hacker After Dark there until 10 o'clock tonight. Also on the 1010XL Twitter handle. We've changed that. It is now on the official 1010XL Twitter handle. You can go there and watch Hacker After Dark until 10 o'clock here on a Monday evening. We've heard from Marcus Stokes of Nice. We've heard from Sharif Denson of Bartram Trail. Both commitments to the University of Florida. Both were at the high school media day today down at TIAA Bank Field. There is a third Florida Gator commitment in the area. His name is Trayon Webb. He is the running back from Trinity Christian. I had the opportunity earlier today to catch up with Trayon Webb. Here is that conversation on Hacker After Dark. 2022 High School Sports, High School Football Media Day, TIAA Bank Field, and the future Florida Gators just keep rolling in. We've talked to Marcus Stokes, we've talked to Sharif Denson, and now Trayon Webb, Trinity Christian, here with us on 1010XL. Trayon, how we doing?
I'm doing good.
Trayon, what does it mean to you when you walk in here, you see Stokes, you see Denson, two of your future teammates? Northeast Florida kind of coming back to the orange and blue this recruiting cycle.
It feels good. We can build that pipeline again from Jacksonville to Gainesville.
You were a guy that started getting offers your freshman year. you've gotten dozens and dozens of offers. When you finally committed, when you committed to Florida, was that a weight off your shoulder? Because you guys do put up with a lot in the recruiting process.
I had committed to Oklahoma at one point, and then Lincoln Riley had left, and then I committed it. So then I did commit it from Oklahoma. But, it's a blessing. I take it. I don't take it for granted because, most kids don't get opportunities that I got. So, all go to God. And, it was weight off my shoulders, but, I'm still thankful that it happened. So, I guess you could say that, but I'm glad I got it over with, so now I can focus on my senior season.
You got some family that attended the University of Florida, performed very well on the football field at the University of Florida. When Billy Napier arrived, I was talking to Marcus and to Sharif about this. We don't get the personal interaction with him like you guys do. What is Coach Napier about? What do you like about him?
He's a great dude, great family-oriented dude. He all about structure. He came from Nick Saban and Coach Dabo Swinney, so he kind of took what they had and kind of implemented it into the Florida program. But, he's a great dude, great genuine dude, cares about his players. So you like playing for people like that. So, yeah.
You've been very active on social media since your commitment. In fact, I saw this weekend you got, quote, tired of other fan bases clowning you, so you're ready for Florida to get back on that national scene. What did this past weekend mean when 4 4-stars committed in the span of 36 hours?
Well, I seen how I was silently committed to Florida for a little minute. So, I was seeing how all the Twitter fans was trolling Florida fans. Like I said, I felt like I took that personally. So, ever since I kind of publicly committed, I've been working hard trying to get Florida back on top. It's one step at a time, as far as recruiting. And then during the season, Florida should go out there and win games, So just trying to bring Florida football back, that's all.
A guy like you, a 4-star, highly, highly thought of on all the recruiting boards. Do you feel that's kind of part of your thing? Once you commit, you're so high profile, it's kind of your job to help the Gators bring in other talent?
Great players want to play with great players. So, people like me, Marcus and Sharif, and other 4-stars or 5-stars around the state of Florida commit to Florida. Other recruits going to want to come too. So, that's kind of the big thing there.
Let's talk about you. Let's talk about Trinity Christian. For people that might have seen, a 2-minute clip on Huddle or 24/7, maybe haven't seen your game yet, tell Gator fans what they're going to get in Trayon Webb. What kind of tailback are you?
I'm a leader. I do what it takes to win the game. If I got to carry the ball 25 times, if I have to go block, if I have to go catch the football, I do whatever it takes to win the game. I just like having the ball in my hands so I can make plays for my team. That's kind of my game.
You guys win at Trinity Christian. It's what you do. Verlin Dormany, a legendary head coach. What does it mean like to play for Coach Dormany?
It's a standard. He wants the best out of you. We work hard every day, come ready to work. So, hopefully we can continue that legacy and keep building.
We've had great running backs in this city, from Derrick Henry to Leon Washington. You can go on down the line. If you have a great senior year, which many expect you to do, you will be in that conversation as one of the better running backs to ever play in Northeast Florida. What does that mean to you?
It's a blessing. But, I don't really think about myself. I go out there to play, helping my teammates win the game. That's kind of my thing, But I just feel like that's all like opinionated statements, It's an honor to be named upon the greats like Derrick Henry, Satchel Faze, and people like that. But, my main focus is to help my team win. So, yeah.
Final moments. You got a couple of former high school teammates waiting on you at the University of Florida, and Marcus Burke and Austin Barber. What have they told you about the process from your senior year in high school to your freshman year in college?
It's kind of a grind. You got to come in with that mentality to work. So, I'm all about working hard to get what I want. So, it shouldn't be too bad for me.
Final thought, Trinity Christian, you guys make deep runs in the state playoffs is what you do. Is that the expectation again this year?
That's always an expectation. It's always state or bust. So that's kind of the goal here, the standard. So, yeah.
Trayon Webb on his way to the University of Florida. Any message for the Gator fans?
Go Gators.
Thank you, Trayon. How about that? Trinity Christian, state or bust is the expectation. I guess that's what happens when you win, 9 state championships with Verlin Dormany at Trinity Christian. Regular season wins are nice. Playoff wins are nicer. But at the end of the day, Trinity Christian is judged on having a good season or not, whether they win a state title. And that's not me saying that. That's their star running back saying that in Trayon Webb. Trayon Webb is a running back that is about to attend the the University of Florida. Let's talk to a man that already had attended the University of Florida, was a great running back there in Gainesville, and now has come back to his alma mater where he starred at Fletcher High School. I'm, of course, talking about C4, Seatric Faison. Played at Florida, played here for the Jaguars, had a cup of coffee here, was drafted by the Minnesota Vikings in the 4th round of the NFL draft, and is now back coaching his alma mater out at the beach. We had a chance earlier today to catch up with Seatric Faison here on Hacker After Dark. High school football season has officially begun. We're down here at TIAA Bake Field, the Baker Sports High School Football Media Day. Seatric Faison, head coach of the Fletcher Senators, here with us on 1010XL. Seatric, how you doing?
Pretty good. Thanks for having me.
Hey, Seatric, always enjoy the time. You and I were joking earlier. Last year this time, you had the job about 3 weeks. Now you've had a full calendar year. How is Seatric Faison, the head coach, different in 2022 than you were in 2021?
Oh, we got an off-season program this year, which is major when it comes to football. And I'm not just running in there trying to figure out who play what position. After going through the spring process, we already know who play what, and the guys are bigger, stronger, faster. So I got to put my philosophy on the program.
You guys made some noise at the end of last year. The momentum from the end of last year, has that carried over into the offseason and hopefully into 2022?
Oh, big time. The guys are excited, and they've been working their butts off. And, you know, it all started from last year. And I told these guys, imagine if we had a year together, what we could really do. And those guys bought into the system, and those guys been pushing, and I'm looking forward to a great season.
You know, we talk about Nice and the run they had. We've had Marcus Stokes already in here who's committed to Florida. That great run Nice had was on the road. The reason they were on the road is because you guys beat them in the regular season. You were district champions last year. How can you build off of that in 2022?
You know, last year it was all about winning district for us, especially how late our staff came in. The number one thing was about winning district. We knew it was going to take a couple weeks for us to get it together. This year's it's still the same thing, winning district, but also winning more games than we did. Come out early since we have been together for a whole year. Just come out early and push to win many games as we can outside of the district and win the district.
Couple more for Seatric Faison, the head coach at Fletcher, obviously a great player at his alma mater, Fletcher High School as well. Seatric, suburban and metro. You are metro. You are in Duval County. You can no longer play Nice in district play because they are St. Johns County. As a Duval County public school head coach, what is your reaction to that, the whole metro-suburban thing?
Well, it really don't bother me. I'm one of those coaches. If I'm gonna play a team, we're gonna play a team, no matter if they metro or suburban. I'm a competitor, so I'm gonna play the best. And just like last year, we had Nice on the schedule. Nice in our district, we don't have them this year, but I play them again. So, you know, just being a competitor, it really don't bother me. If you want to play a team, play a team.
You lost a very good player in Aaron Hester, who's now at Florida State. I'm not sure if that pained you, that Hester went to Tallahassee. A little smirk on your face, although apparently he's doing very well over there. How do you go about replacing a talent like that?
I actually got a kid in from Terry Parker. Mateo Davis is pretty good DN, and then I got a 6'6" kid that's already on my roster that got better. I challenged him this offseason to get better, and just from last season to now, he got a few offers, and he's committed to Campbell University. So I think I can. I think it's hard replacing a kid who go to Florida State, but as a core group, I think we're better than we was in the past.
Got to ask you, you were a terrific running back at the University of Florida. They are scorching the earth right now on the recruiting trail. They had a great weekend with Billy Napier. What's your thought about the job Napier's doing so far?
It's what I thought when he came in. You know, he one of those guys that say he's looking for ball players. And when I hear a coach say he's looking for ball players and he's trying to keep the players in state, that's what we need. That's how not just Florida, but that's how all the Florida teams was able to stay on top for so long when we was at the top. So, you know, he's doing a great job, and I'm looking for the upcoming weeks and months to see what this class finish with.
You were a high-profile Duval County high school football player. You stayed home, basically went to the University of Florida. In this building today, we'll have Marcus Stokes of Nice. We'll have Sharif Denson of Bartram Trail, Trayon Webb, Trinity Christian. A guy like you that stayed in Northeast Florida, went to play for the Gators. What does it mean that Napier and his staff have put such an emphasis on Northeast Florida?
Well, it means a lot. You know, we got talent here. Sometimes our talent get overlooked, and by the in-state schools and the out-of-state schools come in and swipe it up. And just seeing those guys want to stay home and play in front of their home fans and hometown, you know, means a lot. And not just for me, but it will for them in the long run. And they're gonna be glad that they made the decision that they did.
Final moments here with Seatric Faison, the head coach at Fletcher. Back to your football team this year. Your expectation, I know as a head coach, you said you won district last year. You expect more. Is that the goal? Have you shared with your players? The goal is, look, we tasted it last year. We want to go even further this year.
Oh, yeah, the goal is to make a run in the playoffs, not just get to the playoffs. I think being at a school like Fletcher, our thing has always been we know we could get to the playoffs, but can we really make a run? And that's been a challenge for our guys. And, you know, I've been seeing a lot of stuff out there about our team. A lot of people don't know about our team. So, you know, we use that as motivation. They got us rated right now the 17th best team in Southeast Florida, which is funny to me. But, you know, it's all good. People don't know your team, and they don't know that we played majority of our season with a sophomore class last year who are now all juniors. So looking forward to the season and just ready to take it one game at a time.
I saw that smile on your face. You know, that's a little motivation for Seatric Faison, and I have no doubt we will be talking to you a ton under the Friday Night Lights this year. C4, best of luck. We'll be watching.
Thank you for having me, and I appreciate you.
Well, there you go, Seatric Faison. Yeah, look, Fletcher wins the district last year, and I was serious at the beginning of that interview. He got that job as the head coach at Fletcher, I want to say like literally 3 weeks before high school media day. I think it was in July that he was named the head coach at Fletcher. So you want to talk about a whirlwind getting his team ready for the year, and then to be able to go out there, beat a team like Nice with, I believe that was a goal line stand they made to beat Nice in that game and to win the district. Kudos to Seatric Faison. Now he's had an entire year to implement his program, and it'll be very, very interesting to see what Fletcher can do now out at the beach in year number 2 with C4 as their head coach. 1 hour down, 1 hour to go here on Hacker After Dark. We're glad you're with us. It's a Monday night on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Coming up next, back into the world of the National Football League. We finally have the verdict, if you will, the NFL verdict on Deshaun Watson and Cleveland. A lot of people very upset at the amount of games he was suspended. We will tell you how many games, and I'll give my thoughts on how many games for Deshaun Watson. Back into the Jaguars as well, as it is game week. Thursday night, 72 hours from right now, the Hall of Fame game, Canton, Ohio, the Jaguars and the Raiders, all of us on 1010XL, are heading up to Canton. On Wednesday, I'll do Hacker After Dark up there Wednesday night and Friday night from Canton, Ohio. Of course, the game will be broadcast here on Thursday. Into the 9 o'clock hour we go, Jacksonville. Glad you're with us on a Monday. It's Hacker After Dark.
You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you want to know what it is?
1010XL.
Hey Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Pickett here for Roof It Right. You know the drill. Hey, that's our show. Don't let anyone touch your roof until you got a quote from my friends at Roof It Right. Storm season right around the corner. Get prepared now with an inspection from Jacksonville's Master Elite Roofer, and sleep easy knowing your home is protected by the area's best materials and best warranties. There's a lot of roofers here in town. Roof It Right is the company I trust. Schedule your estimates today at roofitRightFL.com. That's roofitRightFL.com, and see why your friends and neighbors say Roof It Right, so you can sleep at night.
Is the urge to go a constant fear? Your prostate might be the culprit. Schedule your screening with Ackerman Urology today to fight back. Call 904-490-7400 or visit AckermanUrology.com.
This is Hayes Carlion for Kingfish Pest Control, a local family-owned business that specializes in pest, termites, mosquito, and rodent prevention. I tell you what, when I got my new home, I had to put on my reporter's hat, find out who really is the best, and it turns out there's no competition. Kingfish provides exceptional service and treats me like a valued customer, not just an account. That's why I wholeheartedly recommend Kingfish Pest Control, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Upgrade your grilling game to amazing meals with a new high-quality grill from Caladad Grills. Why Caladad? It means quality. Expert grills that stand apart from the crowd, like Traeger, Kamado Joe, and Napoleon. In stock today and built to last. Why Caladad? It's a local family business, so they'll save you money and time with free delivery. Stop by Caladad Grills at the end of Cumberland Park Drive, just off County Road 210. Caladad, they make it easy for you to grill like a pro.
Hi, I'm Emmitt Smith, Pro Football Hall of Famer and 3-time champion. Trust me, I know about joint pain.
Pro Football's all-time leading rusher Emmitt Smith talks about chronic joint pain and exciting new regenerative treatments from QC Kinetics.
I know what it's like to fight through pain, but now, you and I, we have help. QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in advanced, all-natural regenerative medicine that can give you lasting relief with no drugs, no downtime, and no surgery. Do you suffer with constant pain from arthritis or injury? Pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, or lower back? Don't assume steroids, pain meds, and surgery are your only options. Regenerative, restorative, natural solutions are now available.
Don't let your joint pain keep you from doing the things you love.
Call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation and learn how regenerative medicine can repair and restore damaged joint tissue.
Make the call to QC Kinetics. Tell them Emmitt Smith sent you.
Call QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522. 904-274-5522.
Hi, everybody. Mike Dempsey here for Underdog Fantasy, the easiest place to play fantasy football. Draft your team with no in-season management, get the optimal score from your team each week of the season, and have a shot at over $10 million in total prize money in Underdog's Best Ball Mania 3 contest. Head to UnderdogFantasy.com or the App Store now, sign up with the promo code 1010XL, and Underdog is going to match your first deposit up to $100. Again, Underdog Fantasy. Sign up with promo code 1010XL and draft your Best Ball Mania 3 team today.
Mark Watson for Hardball Creative, letting you know that Hardball has cooler promotions, but some people call them ice chests. Either way, check out the items you can put your company logo on at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach. This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. It's Hacker After Dark on 1010XL.
Into the 9 o'clock hour we go. Andrew Spivey, GatorCountry.com, reviewing a huge weekend for Florida Gator recruiting. He's less than 15 minutes away. Also, my friend Justin Barney of Channel 4 to kind of take the first look at high school football in our area for 2022. He is coming up towards the bottom of the hour. So I'm looking at a couple of things around the National Football League. Right now, I see a video out of Atlanta Falcons camp. Rookie quarterback Desmond Ridder throws a touchdown pass on a seam route to tight end / quarterback Felipe Franks.
Gator legend.
It looked like a good route for Felipe Franks. I mean, and he cut down the defense right in the middle, caught the ball in stride. We'll see if Felipe can change positions. Look, they already got a pretty good tight end in Atlanta and Kyle Pitts. But if Felipe wants to get on the field, that's probably what he's going to have to do. And seems to be embracing it, at least right now. And the guy certainly is an athlete. There is no question about that. Other things going on around the National Football League. Deshaun Watson, that verdict finally came out today. At least the NFL ruling came out. 6 games for Deshaun Watson. Some people are very upset with that. In fact, I don't know a lot of people that think that was a good ruling by the NFL. But it kind of is what it is. I mean, if it was 12 games, would people be satisfied? I don't know. If it was 10 games, would people be satisfied? I don't know. I think most people wanted to see Deshaun Watson, or I should say this. Most people that are unhappy about today's ruling to me, would have probably been unhappy with 8 or 10 or even 12 games. They wanted a year. So I don't know if there's a difference between a 6-game suspension and an 8-game suspension. Would there be outcry if he was suspended 10 games instead of 6? Where was the cutoff? It was a very tricky situation. It still is a very tricky situation, but at least Cleveland has some clarity now. He will miss the first 6 games. It looks like it'll be Jacoby Brissett starting for the Cleveland Browns, and we'll see. From an NFL sense, again, an on-the-field sense, it's about survival for Cleveland. Can they survive at 3-3 or 2-4 until they get Deshaun Watson on the field? Regardless of what you think about off the field and where we go from here, I'm strictly talking about the football side of it. What this means for Cleveland in the 2022 season. And to me, can you survive the first 6? 0-6, 1-5, you're toast. 2-4, maybe, we'll see. To me, 3-3 would be ideal for Cleveland. Anything above that's gravy. But we really don't know how Deshaun Watson's going to come back. Here's the thing about Deshaun Watson. The guy's got 2 ACL injuries in his past. The guy has not played a competitive down of football since December of 2020, right? So you're talking 21 months since he lined up under center in shotgun and faced a defense that had ill will towards him, at least for that given moment. So we have no idea the type of player Deshaun Watson will be. Will he be the same guy he was 2 and 3 and 4 years ago? Well, that's Cleveland's hope. That's why they gave him a ridiculous amount of money when they signed him to that contract extension. What was it, $260 million for Deshaun Watson? So we'll see if he is that type of player they are investing in. But at least the Browns know moving forward, 6 games. It's Jacoby Brissett's team from September 11th through the middle of October, and then we'll see. And on the flip side, I don't expect this to happen. I'm also basically saying it tongue-in-cheek, but it gives you something to think about. What happens if Cleveland's good with Brissett? What happens if they're 4-2 or 5-1, and Brissett's just got a nice rapport with Amari Cooper and Nick Chubb, David Njoku, all the guys there on that roster? They wouldn't dare not play Deshaun Watson, right? To me, that would be a football side of things. That would be a juicy storyline. If Cleveland is really good with Brissett, what would that mean for Deshaun Watson coming back? So at least there is clarity on the Deshaun Watson situation. I had some clarity both yesterday and this morning. This morning I woke up at the Walt Disney World Resort at 3:50 a.m., drove back to Jacksonville so that I could attend the Baker Sports High School Football Media Day. And now I'm here with you fine men and women doing Hacker After Dark. But Denmark, my clarity stems from a meal yesterday at the Magic Kingdom. We took the 3-year-old to Disney, one last trip before football season. We dined at Cinderella's royal table, right? In Cinderella's castle there, right in the heart of the Magic Kingdom. See, to me, I'm a chicken strip and fries guy. You give me a good chili dog, I'm good to go. We go into this place yesterday, take our picture with Cinderella, right? I'm a sweaty beast at this moment, so the picture looks very odd. I sit down in the royal dining hall inside Cinderella's castle, and they hand me this menu, and it's got things on there that I have no idea what they are. You're talking dirty to me, and I kind of like it. You have absolutely no idea. An enchanted steak with something on the side. I mean, it was like I was royalty or something. At the end of the day, give me chicken tenders and fries, and I'm good. But then I look at the kids' menu, Denmark, and this is where I went. The kids' menu had chicken strips and a bag of fries. So what do you think I did at Cinderella's royal table?
You got a damn kids' menu.
As my wife is dining on delicious steak, delicious potatoes, and all kinds of goodness, I just ordered the chicken strip and fries from the kids' menu.
I always do the same thing. You get the honey mustard?
Oh, no, that barbecue sauce.
Barbecue, yeah, I usually get honey mustard.
An enchanted barbecue sauce is what it was called. Yeah, I don't need duck smothered in seared scallops and all kinds of stuff.
I hate all that extra stuff, man. Just give it to me how it is.
Just give me the meat and potatoes, man. Give me chicken strips and fries, and I'm good to go. But I highly recommend it. If you ever want to dine at Cinderella's Royal Table, just ask for the kids' menu, and that's where you'll get the chicken strips and the French fries.
$1 cheaper?
Very much cheaper, as a matter of fact. Very much cheaper.
It is Disney, so I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no question. 641-1010 on the phone line and on the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Andrew Spivey, GatorCountry.com. Let's review what this last weekend was like with Friday Night Lights down in Gainesville and 4 4-stars committing to Florida in the span of 48 hours. We'll talk about Gator recruiting. We'll preview the Gator season, which, by the way, is a month away from Labor Day when they take on Utah. That's next with Andrew Spivey of Gator Country here on Hacker After Dark.
Good morning, Mr. Peterson. The task ahead of you this season may be the most challenging of your career. Expectations are not high for this team, and the most deserving fan base in the NFL is losing hope. Some might call it a mission impossible. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to bring a winning culture and a winning team back to Jacksonville and the Jaguars fans. Good luck, Coach. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds. 1010XL. Proud flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
So come and get it! The biannual blowout is just a week away, and we've got a lot of work to do.
Keenan's Rug Emporium is rolling out a Labor Day bonanza.
We have that flatweed shipment coming in.
He needs 10 new sales associates as the crowds loom large.
Someone run a stock check on all the Moroccan 8x10s?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
With your home value up again, you are sitting on a pile of money. Don't just let it sit there. Use it. Hey, it's Prosser here for my friends at Loan Pronto. Introducing Loan Pronto's Equity Line of Credit program. You don't have to refinance, but you can access up to 97% of your home's value. Get cash now to pay off all your credit cards or do that home improvement project. Get your down payment for a new home or stash away for a safety net. You can get $50,000, even $100,000 or more out of your home, and the payments are crazy low. Think what you can do with $100,000 right now. Loan Pronto makes unlocking your equity easy, and they can probably even waive the appraisal fee. Don't let all the home equity pile up. Turn your house into an ATM machine and get the cash you need. Call Loan Pronto now, 904-999-1508. That's 904-999-1508. You can also reach Loan Pronto at loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval.
There's still time to purchase your tickets for the Summer Nights presented by 1-2-1 Financial. Enjoy an evening affair benefiting Boys and Girls Club of Northeast Florida as you enjoy delicious foods from local restaurants like Orsay, craft cocktails, fine wine, and craft beer while dancing to live music from the Bold City Classics. Summer Nights will be held Saturday, August 27th at the Glass Factory. Purchase your tickets at tinyurl.com/1010 Summer Nights.
If you've been involved in a slip and fall accident and are not sure of your legal options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000 and take back control of your life.
Office in Jacksonville.
Leon Searcy here. You've heard it said that every vehicle has a triangle of safety: the tires, brakes, and the front end. So I trust my friends at Famous Automotive and Quick Lube to always keep my ride running safe and smooth. And listen up, and if you're an auto manager or service tech, you want to work with the best family in the business, visit any Famous Automotive shop today. They're hiring now. And hey, tell them Big Sur sent you.
Famous Automotive and Famous Quick Lube, servicing every customer and employee like they're famous.
Equal opportunity employer.
It's summertime, and nothing beats fresh seafood and sunshine in Crescent Beach, Florida. Chris here with Safe Harbor Seafood, and I want to invite you to take a short trip to Crescent Beach and come eat the freshest seafood in Northeast Florida. The views are awesome, but the seafood is what will keep you coming back. Don't forget Safe Harbor Mayport either. Both locations serve only the best daily. So plan that date night or a day at the beach at Safe Harbor Crescent Beach and come see what everyone knows. We here at Safe Harbor only serve the best.
Hey, it's Carline here for Claude Nolan Cadillac, and guess what? New cars are starting to arrive, ready to be bought off the lot. So take advantage of available luxury SUVs, 2022 XT4, XT5, and the 3-row XT6. Need your car repaired? Claude Nolan has a body shop that can handle all makes and models, from a dent to major damage, and you don't have to go where your insurance company suggests. So get down to Claude Nolan Cadillac today. Tell them Hay sent you. Begin your lasting relationship. Claude Nolan Cadillac, off JTB and Southside.
Relax before class at the Sawgrass Marriott Spa. For the month of August, the Sawgrass Spa wants to reward educators with 20% off a purchase of $175 or more. Take this time before the school year starts to relax. Enjoy the summer, and always remember that self-care is very important. It's the Relax Before Class special, only in August at the Sawgrass Marriott Spa in Ponte Vedra Beach. Purchase in person at the Sawgrass Spa during normal operating hours. Duval or St. Johns County education industry identification required at checkout.
Keeping your body healthy and active leads to a more vibrant life. A great place to do that is the First Coast YMCA. The Y is equipped with state-of-the-art cardio and strength equipment, plus group exercise studios where trainers host activities like yoga, Zumba, and cycling sessions. The full-court basketball gym and indoor 5-lane swimming pool are open year-round. The Kids Zone can keep an eye on your kids while you work on that dad bod. And it's all available with your family membership. Learn more at fcymca.org.
This is Brandon with North Florida Epoxy Floors. Our product includes a moisture vapor barrier, essential in Florida, so your new epoxy floor looks great and is warranted with no fine print. Get a free estimate at northfloridaepoxyfloors.com.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On August 1st, 1971, Richard Petty wins the Dixie 500 in Atlanta, Georgia, to become the first NASCAR driver to win $1 million in career earnings.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. Hacker After Dark on 1010XL. Now, another interview on the Farah and Farah phone line, brought to you by the accident attorneys at Farah and Farah.
Back here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM in the city of Jacksonville. We are glad you are with us. What a weekend it was for the Florida Gators on the recruiting trail. 4 4-stars commit in the span of about 36 hours from Friday to Sunday afternoon. Andrew Spivey does a terrific job covering Gator recruiting for GatorCountry.com, and he's always kind enough to join us here on 1010XL. Andrew, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Like you said, busy weekend, man.
You've done this for a while, covering Gator recruiting. Can you remember a weekend as productive as this for Florida in quite some time?
Yes, so there was a weekend, Max, last year that he was the summer before he got fired. There was a great weekend when he landed Jamar Chase, Matt Corral, Copeland, and a couple other kids. That's about the biggest weekend I can remember outside of this weekend. And you know, it was just a different feel this weekend because there are some other guys that are silently committed, if you believe in silence. And so it was just kind of waiting to see if some of those guys were going to go and it was going to be bigger. But the buzz was definitely there. You know, I said this earlier to someone. It was needed, you know, and it wasn't needed that so much that Billy Napier needed to land anybody to, you know, make his name, but just to get the momentum back headed in the right direction before fall camp starts. Because, you know, when fall camp starts, there's going to be less and less commits, less and less recruiting talk going. We'll see how Florida does this season, but you have some momentum going into the season. And for Billy Napier, I think that was great. The overall weekend was just, it was a really good weekend. I liked the adding the cookout to the Friday Night Lights. You know, not that the Friday Night Lights has lost its luster, but in a way it has, because the top kids just no longer work out at the event because of high school football starting today. High school coaches don't want them out there, and those guys have already proved themselves. So you're watching a lot of 2024 and 2025 kids, which is great, but you don't see the Stephon Diggs out there running anymore, or the Dory Jacksons running out there on Friday Night Lights like you used to. So having the cookout was good for that as well. new wrinkle, and I think it was a productive overall weekend, even for guys that haven't committed yet.
You know, Andrew, I don't think Billy Napier or his staff would care. I don't think anybody inside the program would care. But an outside point of view, how important was it from a perception standpoint to kind of have a weekend like this? Because the perception was, well, Cristobal and Miami are scorching the earth, Napier's struggling, and then all of a sudden 4 commits in 36 hours, and now that narrative has completely changed.
Yeah, I mean, I said this, and I might have said this earlier on a program you and I did before, but Billy Napier is a genius when it comes to when his back's against the wall and the fans start to get a little negative, that he pulls something out of his hat. He was able to do that when he flipped Stokes right after Rashada went to Miami. He was able to do that with Trayon Webb to get that going. He's every time that the fan base has started to shake on him a little bit, he seemed to have a magic card in his back pocket to pull out, and he did it really well this weekend of having a commit on Thursday night to kind of get the fan base fired up. Then he had one on Friday before the event actually started to get him even more fired up, and then 2 on Saturday. So I think it was good. I mean, the last time I looked, Florida was ahead of Miami in the recruiting rankings, I believe, or right behind them. I don't follow the team recruiting rankings, so excuse me if I'm wrong there. But Florida's right there with Miami. 14 of the 16 are in-state kids. Great for Florida to have that. The momentum is there, and all but one is a 4-star prospect. So you can't really say anything bad right now about what Billy Napier and them are doing. I mean, there's a couple of spots like the offensive line, the defensive line, and linebacker that you say, man, he needs to address that. But when you look at the receiver room, this might be the best receiving class in the country right now. This is a really good class. You talk about Trayon Webb there. You talk about the DB class. They've got some position groups that's got some really good players.
And that's my concern. Andrew Spivey, GatorCountry.com, here with us on 1010XL in Jacksonville. If I do have a concern, it's the guys they're getting are the 180-pound wide receivers, the 195-pound safeties. I mean, they got the market cornered on that. Running back, quarterback as well. What I think Florida fans believe they're lacking, Andrew, is the 300-pound offensive lineman, the 300-pound defensive lineman, the big uglies that some refer them to down in the trenches when it comes to SEC football. That's what you need in the Southeastern Conference. Any concern, a guy like you who covers this every day, that Florida's lacking to this point in that department?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely concern. You have 2 offensive line commits in Bryce Lovett and Najee Harris out of IMG, and those are two really good players, 2 big old boys that you think, okay, these guys can play in the SEC. Would you have loved to have 3 or 4 committed right now? Yeah, absolutely, you would have. It hasn't happened. It hasn't been for a lack of trying. Overall, you had a guy like Roger Kearney commit to FSU. You've had a couple of guys, Lucas Simmons, commit to FSU, and you've had some guys go to Miami and Alabama you wanted. But I think that at the end of the day, when we're talking about this in December and then again in February, the line will be taken care of. This is a staff, a program now that knows it's won or lost in the trenches. Defensive line the same way. I tweeted this. They have some dudes on campus this weekend that look like they could play in the SEC now on the defensive line. They just need to land those guys, and that would turn it a big corner. I want to hit on a point real quick, and that is, we were talking about receivers. Yes, they're the 190-pound kids, the 180-pound kids that we're accustomed to, but we weren't accustomed to them under Dan Mullen. Dan Mullen wanted the 6'4", 190-pound guys that could just go up and out jump somebody. That's not what Billy Napier is all about. He wants a couple of those guys, but he wants guys that are shifty, fast, can make guys miss, and go score a touchdown when they need to. Go make the plays across the middle. Go make the plays on the outside where they turn a screen into 100 yards or turn a screen into a 60-yard touchdown. Gone are the days of, okay, let's just try to outsmart people and let's just athletic people. That's what Billy Napier is all about.
A couple of more for Andrew Spivey, GatorCountry.com. Always kind enough to join us here on 1010XL in Jacksonville. Andrew, it was the Duval County, or really the Northeast Florida High School Football Media Day up here today in Jacksonville. I had a chance to speak with Sharif Denson, with Marcus Stokes, with Trayon Webb. Let's kind of go one by one on the local kids that have committed to Florida. Beginning with Denson. Denson was the first one from our area. If you'll remember, and I know you do because you do it every day, the Denson commit kind of calmed the waters a little bit after Miami had taken a couple away from Florida, is what Gator fans will tell you. Denson commits, and it's been a pretty nice recruiting domino effect since then. Bartram Trail High School, Trevez Johnson already in Gainesville. He's going to be joined by Sharif Denson. It's good that Florida beginning to build that pipeline there in St. Johns County.
Yeah, I mean, Florida, before I hit on Denson, Florida's done a good job of hitting the three main areas, in my opinion, and that is Jacksonville, Tampa, and Orlando. You have to hit those three areas if you're going to be successful, and Florida's done a good job so far with that. But, yeah, Denson, I think Denson's a really, really good ball player. Scrappy guy, can get physical, long corner. A&M wanted him really bad. Florida did a good job of doing that. Now that he's committed, I watched him this weekend. He is recruiting everybody. He was with Kamarni McLean all weekend long. He was with Kelby Collins, the big defensive lineman, all weekend long. He was with everybody. He was just recruiting his tail off all weekend. So big pickup and a guy who just bleeds orange and blue.
Yeah, but I remember the night he committed, it was like an hour later, he was on Twitter already tweeting at some of these guys about the University of Florida. Trayon Webb, Andrew had a chance to speak with him today. The guy was committed to Oklahoma. Lincoln Riley leaves. He decommits, visited Florida like 7 or 8 times. I know there was thought that maybe he was looking elsewhere, but according to Trayon, it was never really an issue. He was going to be Florida all the way, loves Billy Napier, and it appears Florida has gotten a good one in running back Trayon Webb from Trinity Christian.
Have you met a guy with more energy than a guy like Trayon Webb? He just bleeds energy and bleeds orange and blue again. A guy that just, when you talk to him, you hear his passion for the program, for his game. He's a guy that's a difference maker. He can do a lot of things out of that backfield, kind of like a Naquan Wright a little bit, Lorenzo Lingard, where not only can he run between the tackles, but he has the speed to really get out and take it to the house and to do things that Billy Napier wants to do on the edge with his running backs, but he can also get out in the slot if he wants to, and throwing the ball there. He can do things in the return game. And once again, another guy who is just recruiting his butt off. Talked to everybody on campus. He's been teasing all weekend that there's 2 more commits that nobody knows about that are coming. Just an overall guy that I think is kind of the leader of the class. I was joking with him a little bit. I said, the last time I seen a recruiter recruit as good as you are, it was Nick Washington. Believe it or not, he's a Trinity kid himself.
Yeah, no question about it. I talked to Trayon today, and he kind of alluded to the fact that there's more coming down the line when it comes to Gator commitments. And then Marcus Stokes. And, Andrew, you've covered recruiting for a while now at the University of Florida. You know as well as anybody the class really starts with the quarterback. And since Stokes committed, you've had a lot of wide receivers follow suit. In fact, talking to Marcus today, he singled out Andy Jean, one of the wide receivers that committed over the weekend, as a guy that he had built a rapport with. You got to have the quarterback, Andrew, and it appears they have that now with Marcus Stokes.
Yeah, I mean, Jean and Aiden Mizell were 2 guys he was after really hard. Both of those guys committed this weekend, Mizell on Friday and Jean on Saturday. And like you said, you need a quarterback that can lead the class. You know, I've said this for a while, and this is no disrespect to any of the quarterbacks before, but a guy like Anthony Richardson, Carlos Del Rio, Wilson, and Kitna, those guys, they didn't recruit very much for Florida. And it wasn't because they didn't want to. That's just not their type of personality. Marcus Stokes, on the other hand, is a guy who talks to everybody. He's a full energy guy, isn't afraid to tell people why he came to Florida and why he needs you. And he'll tell you, I need you to play. He's talking to offensive linemen, telling the same thing. Had some good throws on Friday night. In the Friday Night Lights camp, he got out and threw a little bit. Didn't have to, but he did. Looked good throwing. And, I know Billy Napier and those guys were excited after they watched him in camp on just what his future could be for the Gators.
Andrew Spivey, GatorCountry.com. All right, Andrew, in the time that we have left, practice begins, this week, right? They're on the field this week. We're about a month away from Utah, and what a game that'll be, Labor Day weekend. You and I have talked a few times this offseason about realistic expectations for Gator fans coming into this year. We both think Napier is going to do a good job, but it may be a learning curve, and he's not inheriting the best roster depth-wise. Have you changed your thought on that, or do you still feel Florida, with their schedule, is in that 8-4, maybe even 7-5 range?
Yeah, I think that's about right. They get underway tomorrow for media day and report to camp, get underway at practice on Wednesday. I think there's some concern depth-wise. And I think there's concern, like, for instance, how much can they really run Anthony Richardson? There's not a proven quarterback that you really trust behind him. Can you run Anthony Richardson like you want to? If you can't, what does that do to Anthony Richardson's game? What does that do to the offensive game? Billy Napier likes his quarterback to get outside the pocket and run and throw a little bit. So what does that do there? Do you have the offensive line depth and athleticism and ability to do what you want to do? And then, you go to linebacker. You got some concerns at linebacker. There's some players there that if they step up and do well, this is a team that can have some depth there. There's a lot of question marks there. I was saying earlier today, I think when you look at the Utah game, it's going to give us a kind of a preview of the whole season, in my opinion. Because Florida played disciplined football for a change. I don't know about you, Ryan, but myself, I'm tired of watching 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 full starts a game. Guys lining up on 3rd and 1 offsides, having, dumb penalties where they just hit a guy 15 yards out of bounds. Can Florida play disciplined football? This is a year where they need to do everything right that they can control in order to be the best they can be. You look at the Utah game, they have to be fundamentally sound. Utah is. That's what Utah's pride themselves on. If you play fundamentally ball against Utah, maybe you sneak out a win there. And then if you play good ball, maybe you get to 9 wins. I think that 7-9 is about where I'm at right now. Obviously, it's the SEC, and things can always go your way, and they could always go against you. If something was to happen to Richardson, I don't know what the record would be.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be a lot in that quarterback room. Last year, you had Emory Jones and Anthony Richardson. This year, obviously, that is not the case. So AR needs to stay healthy, or else it could be a very long year. Regardless of what type of year it will be, Andrew Spivey will be covering it for GatorCountry.com. Andrew, thank you for the time, man. Really appreciate it. Let's try to do one more, maybe the week of the Utah game, as we get ready for Billy Napier's first year as Gator head coach. Thank you, Andrew.
Yeah, man, anytime. Let me know. Thanks, Ryan.
1010XL takes you inside the program director's office with Dan and Jeff.
I want more money.
Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser.
I'm sorry, I can't understand a word that you're saying.
Mornings.
Denied.
On 1010XL.
At Dr. Rooter, we understand plumbing issues can be a real inconvenience for your building or business, and we're here to help. We can handle all kinds of plumbing jobs, including broken pipes, clogged drains, line jetting, installing water heaters, and full repipes. Need a camera inspection or a smoke test? Yes, Duck Rooter does that too. Plus, our lift station services include inspections, monitoring, cleaning, and repairs. When you're stuck, call the Duck, 904-862-6769. That's 904-862-6769.
Here's your 1010XL First Coast Community Calendar.
If you'd like to work part-time for the Jumbo Shrimp, attend their hiring event at 1-to-1 Financial Ballpark, Wednesday, July 27th, from 4 to 7.
The learning experience in Nocatee is raising funds for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and the Jacksonville Sharks will donate $5 for every ticket sold. Learn more at jacksharks.com.
The Creeks Athletic Association in St. Johns County offers a variety of sports for children 5 to 18. Learn how to get your child involved at caaleague.org.
You can play in the golf tournament benefiting the Derek Hatcher Foundation, combating the disease of addiction, August 13th at Eagle Landing Golf Club. Register at derekhatcherfoundation.org.
Builders Care is looking for volunteers, and there are so many ways you can help. Find out how at builderscare.org.
If you're involved in a community event and you'd like us to help spread the word, find out how at 1010XL.com.
Men suffering from PE or ED, has Viagra, Cialis, or Levitra let you down?
Regardless of your age or past medical history, you'll see results on your first visit at Prime Men's Medical Center, or you pay nothing. Guaranteed. Call us at 664-8217.
Maximize the beauty of your home with custom-made windows and patio doors from Renewal by Anderson. Right now, buy 4 windows or patio doors and get the 5th free. Plus, no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. Visit rbafla.com for details. Offer expires August 31st. Restrictions apply. Renewal by Anderson, the official window and door replacement company of the Jacksonville Jaguars. License CGC 1527613.
Do you suffer from mild to moderate high blood pressure? Should you be taking medication but are currently not on anything? Or maybe taking medication but unsatisfied with the results? If so, CNS Healthcare invites you to take part in a clinical research study for mild to moderate hypertension at no cost. Qualified participants may receive reimbursements for study procedures and travel. For your no-cost study assessment, call CNS Healthcare at 904-281-5757 or visit cnshealthcare.com for more on this mild to moderate hypertension research study.
This is Hayes Carlion for Kingfish Pest Control, a local family-owned business that specializes in pest, termites, mosquito, and rodent prevention. I tell you what, when I got my new home, I had to put on my reporter's hat, find out who really is the best, and it turns out there's no competition. Kingfish provides exceptional service and treats me like a valued customer, not just an account. That's why I wholeheartedly recommend Kingfish Pest Control, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hi, everybody. Mike Dempsey here for Underdog Fantasy, the easiest place to play fantasy football. Draft your team with no in-season management, get the optimal score from your team each week of the season, and have a shot at over $10 million in total prize money in Underdog's Best Ball Mania 3 contest. Head to UnderdogFantasy.com or the App Store now, sign up with the promo code 1010XL, and Underdog is going to match your first deposit up to $100. Again, Underdog Fantasy. Sign up with promo code 1010XL and draft your Best Ball Mania 3 team today.
So you got a letter from your insurance company saying that your policy will be canceled if you don't replace your roof. I did, and before I did anything, I called Ken Lawler and Fifth Element Adjusting. Ken, how's it work?
Jeff, if you've received a non-renewal letter from your insurance carrier, our team will help you navigate the confusing process and review your policy for you. Our goal is to get your damaged property replaced so you can get back to your life. Call Fifth Element Adjusting or visit feaclaims.com. If you're happy with the outcome of your claim, Fifth Element Adjusting will not be able to help you. Ken Lawler, DFS number P213199.
Though no longer little, teens still need a lot of love. Yet teens in foster care have a harder time finding it, as 82% of foster families are home to kids 12 or younger. You can positively impact a teen's life as a foster parent. With help from Family Support Services of North Florida, you provide patience, love, and understanding, and Family Support Services will offer specialized training, resources, and a community of support. Take the next step at foster-now.org. That's foster-now.org.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. Youth sports are getting back into full swing, so you know what that means. Custom Yetis so dads can keep their beer or sodas cold. Check them out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all. He coaches QBs and shares his thoughts with Dan, Jeff, and you. Friday mornings on The Drill.
Listen, sometimes a quarterback's got to call an audible.
Denny Thompson is the Quarterback Whisperer. Brought to you by Honest Abe Roofing, the reliable roofer. This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. This is Hacker After Dark on 1010XL. Now, hello. Another great guest on the Farah and Farah phone line. Brought to you by the accident attorneys at Farah and Farah.
Back here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM in the city of Jacksonville. We are glad you are with us. High school football begins today. Practice is underway. And, of course, the first Friday night under the Friday Night Lights will be Friday night, August the 26th. Justin Barney does a terrific job for Channel 4 covering high school football sports, including, of course, the high school gridiron. He's always kind enough to join us here on 1010XL. Justin, how you doing?
Not bad, Hacker. How are you doing today?
Hey, Justin, we are good, man. Enjoyed seeing you out at Media Day, and boy, that Media Day is taking on a life of its own. Kudos again to Baker Sports for a terrific, terrific event.
Yeah, it's Baker Sports and Jaguars Prep really kind of roll out the red carpet every year. I think the first one of these was back in, my memory serves me correctly, in 06 or 07. So it's been going strong since then, and every year seems to kind of take on a life of its own, and nice to have it back, back in the wing of the upper wing of the stadium. So nice to see the establishment there, and it's cool in there, and I think the players have a good opportunity to get in there and see the stadium from a different vantage point. So I think all in all, a great day, great environment, and kind of the official kickoff to the high school football season.
No, I completely agree. In fact, I was driving down today to the stadium down San Jose Boulevard, look over to my left, and I see the Bulls Bulldogs on the practice field at about 7 a.m. This morning there with head coach Matthew Toblin. And a lot of schools do that, Justin. They have Midnight Madness at a couple places like Fletcher. They were on the field at midnight last night / this morning, and that's what you do on August 1st. It's high school football season, and a lot of schools take immediate advantage of that.
Yeah, Fletcher's kind of had a long-running tradition of doing that at the beach, and Jackson had it last night. And so many schools kind of get involved. Parents get involved. How exciting it is for them. Christchurch had a midnight practice. So it's cool to see that, just that pageantry and stuff now that we're past the COVID issues and back to more normalcy in terms of operating procedures, how it was before. You get those midnight practices, you get those 12:01 kicks, and coaches try to squeeze in every iota of time that they can. And the more normal practices are happened this morning or this afternoon. I know some teams today were practicing after media day into that 3 to 4 o'clock range. So it will be interesting to see how those not hitting yet or anything. Full shells and pads don't go on until later in the week. So I know they're happy to be back out on that field. It feels like football weather out there. Feels like football season's right around the corner.
Justin Barney of Channel 4 here with us on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. All right, Justin, one of the things I noticed is you talk about the quality of recruits in the area this year. At 8 o'clock this morning, Marcus Stokes, quarterback Nice, Trayon Webb, running back Trinity Christian, Sharif Denson, corner from Bartram. All three guys considered 4 stars on the 24/7 Sports website, all three going to Florida. That's not even taking into account a Roderick Kearney of Orange Park committed to Florida State. Certainly a Grayson Howard of Jackson committed to South Carolina. Enjoyed talking to Devon Patterson at Ed White, who's committed to Wake Forest. There is a ton of talent in Northeast Florida this year.
Yeah, a lot of it. And I'm asked this question a lot. Is this class the best class that we've seen? Is that last year's class best year? Every year it's asked that question, if this current class is the best we've seen or where it ranks. And I look back into that Derrick Henry class, the 2013 class, is kind of the headliner in just in terms of talent that we saw. And then a couple years after that, the Kevin Tolliver, C.C. Jefferson class, 2 5-star kids there. But this year's class is different to me. This year's class it's got headliners, yeah, but the depth of this class and just how many good guys are kind of clustered at the top is what sets this class apart to me. I'd been back, you got to wind the clock back to the early 2000s, to the last time when a Jacksonville area running back signed with the University of Florida. That was Seatric Faison, who was the number 1 running back in the country at the time. We got Trayon Webb from Trinity Christian heading to Gainesville next year. That's a pretty cool little footnote there. Marcus Stokes, the last Florida quarterback who went to, last Nice quarterback who went to Florida, worked out pretty well for Tim Tebow. And Marcus Stokes is heading to UF as well, getting his dream offer. And not a lot of Bartram Trail kids end up at the University of Florida, but Sharif Denson looking to change that. So a lot of little nuggets in this recruiting class, and I don't think this is a blockbuster class by any stretch of the imagination, but I think this is a very, very good class. And what sets this class apart from others, in my opinion, is just the depth. I mean, you've got so much depth from 1 to probably 21 on this recruiting list. So many good guys. When you stretch it out, there's guys at Columbia, Jaden Robinson, Amari Farrell. I mean, there's just so many good guys that are not at the traditional schools. Westside's Jordan Hall, he could be the top prospect in the area come season's end. Roderick Kearney. So you're seeing a lot of that depth across the area, and I think that's what makes this class so, so very special.
Justin, you've seen a lot of quarterbacks here in Northeast Florida have great high school careers, go on to do terrific things in college. What about Marcus Stokes? What about his game do you like? He'll even admit he was a late bloomer. Not a lot of offers until Nice made that playoff run last year. But my goodness, once that playoff run was made, the offers came in hot and heavy. He ultimately decides to commit to the University of Florida. How good could Marcus Stokes be at the next level?
I think he's going to be. I think what's a challenge for Marcus this year is doing what he did last year with a new set of receivers. I mean, Dom Henry was fantastic last year, our player of the year, offensive player of the year last year, just a fantastic player. Anything Marcus threw in his vicinity, he knew Dom was going to catch. And talking to Marcus and Colin Drafts today, the head coach at Nice, it's going to be a by committee approach. And it's strange things happen when you commit to a school like Florida or Penn State, where Marcus was committed to before. That attention and that spotlight burns a lot brighter than it did last year. And he's kind of snuck up on people last year before its dynamic playoff run. Did not win a district championship. That's on their minds this year. But to do it under that spotlight is going to be an interesting dynamic for Marcus and the Nice Panthers. But I like him. I like his upside. He's got good size. He'll need to put on some weight in college. But he's a good player, and he's underrated from an athletic standpoint, too. He can get out of that pocket and hustle and move. And I think that's people who have not seen Marcus play, and I've seen him play for a couple years now, are going to be really impressed when they start looking at him a little bit in greater detail, because he is a very good player. I saw him 2 years ago, and I liked him then, and he's just only gotten better. Just my interest with him and Nice this year is how do they do it? How do they continue to move forward with such a big senior class that they lost, and how does Marcus handle that spotlight that comes with being a University of Florida commit and Elite 11 quarterback?
Justin Barney of Channel 4. Justin, I'll tell you the one guy that really stood out to me. Well, really, there was two guys. I remember what I was like at 17 and 18. I'm sure you remember what you were like at 17 and 18. Talking to Sharif Denson of Bartram and Grayson Howard of Jackson today, unbelievably impressed with those two guys. From the way they handled themselves with the media, already making their commitments known. Denson to Florida, Howard to South Carolina. I've talked to a lot of high school kids. You have as well over the years. I can't remember being more impressed with two guys than I was with Denson and with Grayson Howard today.
Absolutely. Nail on the head with both of those guys. Grayson Howard, I've been kind of talking to him since his freshman year, and when I heard Coach Kevin Sullivan say this kid's going to be a baller and playing on Saturdays, and he is just that. He has matured so much over the years. I think he really feels it and appreciates it and everything, that he's kind of become that focal point of Andrew Jackson, that new look Andrew Jackson, the magnet school Andrew Jackson. This isn't an Andrew Jackson from when Leon Washington went there. It's come a long way from that. It's a magnet school now. It's not the same as it was 20 years ago. And he has become the face of that new program. And it's really cool to see a kid that's well-versed, that's humble, that's grateful, that's yes sir, no ma'am on every person he's talking to. Just a good kid, grounded, has a focus. Knew he wanted to go to South Carolina probably from the start, and followed his heart there. And yeah, it's just Sharif Denson as well too. I mean, comes from a good program and kind of knows what he wants to do. I mean, he wants to go to Florida. He wants to be successful. Looks you in the eye when he talks, very eloquent and very well spoken. And when you're talking about those two guys, Grayson and Sharif Denson, and other guys too, that they're more than a football player, and their coaches will both tell you that the same. And when you talk to them, you walk away feeling like, yeah, this kid has got more than football for him in his future for sure.
I told both of them today they got careers in the media waiting for them if they want it. Again, unbelievably impressed by those two guys. Couple more for Justin Barney of Channel 4. Justin, as the season draws closer, we'll start looking at individual counties, individual schools. The one thing I will say, though, about St. Johns County, I was thinking about this today. You and I had a conversation where you told me earlier in the offseason, I think the number was 32. 32 head coaching changes in the last two off seasons. And yet I look at St. Johns County. Daryl Sutherland's been at Bartram forever. Braddock's entering year 7 there at St. Augustine. Sean McIntyre, I want to say it's year 6 for him at Creekside. Colin Drafts has established himself at Nice. There is a lot of longevity with the coaches at their given programs in St. Johns County, which is an interesting side note because of the amount of change we've had here in Northeast Florida recently.
Yeah, really it is. And when you look at it, when you look at the St. Augustine, which before Brian Braddock got there, Joey Wiles had been there since '97. So you don't have a lot of turnover at those high-profile schools. Daryl Sutherland's the only only coach Bartram Trail's ever had. He was there when it first opened. Creekside is had a little bit of ebb and flow, but Sean McIntyre's been there and he's been consistent the last few years. Menendez has gone kind of through some ups and downs with coaches. They have a guy there named Matt Potak, who's very well liked and very established in St. Johns County. So you've got a lot of these roots that run deep. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Ponte Vedra, Tocoi Creek, and Beachside. Those schools all kind of still establishing themselves. Michael Lekowski at Tocoi for his second season. Steve Price at Ponte Vedra for his second season. So you're getting guys who are building things there. But it's just the county is so good. You get those guys in those positions, and they never want to leave. And Daryl Sutherland, a perfect example of that. Brian Braddock, he had a 3-year run at Mandarin, but he was at St. Augustine from the early 2000s as well. So you've got a lot of guys with a lot of history and a lot of tradition staying at those schools and wanting to build some to those programs. And I think that says a lot to kids and their parents too when they're looking for schools, as these guys have been there for quite some time.
We saw a lot of programs today, Justin, at High School Media Day. As a foursome, 4 players, most schools brought 4. I don't know if there was a more impressive looking foursome than what Ed White showed up with. Those guys are big. Devon Patterson, one of the leaders, the running back committed to Wake Forest. Boy, there's some really high expectations at Ed White High School for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, you look back. I mean, they made the playoffs last year. They had a good guy in Christian Ellis, who's now in college. Patterson, it seems like there's always been a Patterson at White. It's kind of the name is synonymous with good football players there. And I look back and I think the last really exceptional year at White in terms of football, and I think it was when Javaris Davis was there and Taylor Thomas were there, and that feels like forever ago that happened. You're talking 2015, 2016, 2017. But Lawrence Johnson and his staff over there have done a good job as well there too. Would have had a higher seed in the playoffs last year if they didn't have to forfeit a couple games for an eligible player. But again, Ed White is another school that very similar to a Jackson, where you go from a traditional school to a magnet school program and kind of have to remake yourself, and takes you a little bit of time to get that footing back right. And I think Ed White has the right coach in terms there, and Lawrence Johnson, and I saw them play at that Jaguars 11 on campus in Augustine last month, and really impressed by them. Gabriel Garman, big time receiver there. Patterson. I mean, they have got some players. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with as well. Will be interesting to see in that 3-team district with Riverside and Westside how that shakes out.
Justin Barney of Channel 4. Justin, we got about 2 minutes to go. Look, we know Trinity is going to be good. We expect Bowles to be good. What about public school-wise? Is there a public school in the area that you think could make a deep playoff run or contend for a state championship this year?
It's always so tough. I would probably have to look in that suburban division if I was looking at a public school team to go a little bit further than normal. I would say Bartram Trail is always one to look out for. They're in District 3-4S, District 4-4S. Nice is in there with Ponte Vedra and Flagler Palm Coast. That's always a good one. Columbia trying to kind of get the residue off last season's disappointing finish there in District 3-3S. So potential there in Columbia. They've got a new quarterback and some hard-hitting defensive guys out there. So I do think those schools, kind of the guys we already know about, the Columbias, the Bartrams, the Nice, those schools are the ones to watch out for from a public school perspective. But I do think that the strength still lies with our private school powers, Bowles, Trinity, UCs, those kind of guys.
It's August the 1st. High school football practice has officially begun. The preseason kickoffs will be August the 19th, and the first Friday night of the regular season will take place Friday night, August the 26th. Justin Barney of Channel 4, the local station. Justin, thank you for the time, brother. It's your time of year. Let's do this again soon.
That's right. Thanks for having me, Hacker.
Well, there you go. Thank you to Justin Barney of Channel 4 for joining us here on Hacker After Dark on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Yeah, high school football practice began today, and it will not be long before the Friday night lights are shining all over the Northeast Florida area. What a day it was. Thank you to Baker Sports. and all the good folks down there, Josh Baker and the crew, for putting on the 2022 High School Football Media Day down at the stadium. Did a ton of interviews. Only played a couple of them tonight. We'll play some more tomorrow. You can get all of them on the 1010XL.com website. But Gator fans, we played a lot of your interviews this evening. You heard from Nice quarterback Marcus Stokes, Trinity Christian running back Trayon Webb, Bartram Trail defensive back Sharif Denson, all committed to the University of Florida. You also heard from Seatric Faison, great Gator running back, now the head coach at Fletcher High School, and Andrew Spivey of GatorCountry.com, wrapping up what was a huge week on the recruiting trail, a huge weekend on the recruiting trail for Billy Napier and the University of Florida as they secured 4 verbal commitments from 4 4-star rated prospects from Thursday afternoon to Saturday afternoon. That'll just about wrap it up for what has been a very, very busy Monday night edition of Hacker After Dark. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Tomorrow, our late night show, Boyd Denmark and I get after it on Tuesday evenings. We hope you join us beginning at 10 o'clock. My last show in Jacksonville for the week, because we fly to Canton Wednesday morning. I will be doing Hacker After Dark live in Canton, Ohio on Wednesday night and on Friday night. Of course, no Hacker After Dark on Thursday. That's because the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Las Vegas Raiders in the Hall of Fame game will air right here on the home of the Jaguars, 1010XL, beginning Thursday evening. Dylan Denmark was your producer. Dylan, great job as always. I'm the Hacker Ryan Green. And again, Jacksonville, thank you for spending part of your Monday evening with us here on Hacker After Dark on 1010XL and on 92.5 FM. So for
there are 16 spots in the playoffs and just one track left. Well, not just any track. Daytona. A last chance to keep playoff hopes alive and for fans to experience an event unlike any other. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 26th and 27th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute is the sports medicine leader in Northeast Florida. We're proud to be the official